and it's went to see the connects, and I sat in their house for a second and stuff, and got what I needed to get. And next you know, when it was time to leave, that gut feeling I talk about, when it was time to leave, the door closed instantly behind me, like too fast, like, you know what I'm saying? And when it did that, I just had a gut feeling that, and I looked outside and I seen two guys outside like waiting on us. And I'm saying to myself, okay, I got 400. I remember this. I got 490 grams of coke in my pants. And this guy got on a bunch of jewelry, and we got to get past these two guys that's outside waiting. I already was on point. I told Jay to be on point, and when we got outside, the guys was like, okay, you already know what it is. But they had it all planned in a way where I can push Jay away. And when I pushed Jay away and pushed him out the way for him to run, the guy didn't just like shoot me like that. He literally grabbed me, put it in my back, and shot me. You understand? And put it in my back and shot me. So now we tussling. I turn around. We tussling for the gun now. We tussling for it. And I'm fighting, and he's calling the other guy. He's calling his guy, yo, come back, come back. And just so happened, man, I'm like, yo, I'm going to take my hand off his gun and just try to run. And when I took my hand off the gun, I ran. By the time I got 2 blocks down there where Jay was, I was so out of breath. And Jay was like, you all right? I heard the gun go off. You all right? And I'm like, yeah, I'm okay. Everything is good, but my back hurt. You know what I'm saying? I feel the thing in my back, like, and I kept reaching around in my back, and next I put my hand right in the hole. And I'm like, Jay shot, bro. He like, get out of here. So we up 2 blocks, and then once I realized that, I started collapsing, and I'm laying on the floor. And I can remember looking upstairs, and the girls are like, you okay, baby? You all right? And I'm like, nah, I'm shot. You know what I'm saying? So they like, yo, I'm going to call an ambulance for you. I'm like, cool. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to go in the store and wait. I went in the store. Once they found out I got shot, they like, Poppy, no, you got to get out of here. You got to get out of here. They threw me out the store. So I'm waiting on the ambulance outside and shit, and I'm looking at Jay and all this jewelry and people walking by. I'm like, yo, you know what, man? Let's get in this cab, man. I jumped in the cab and told him, run me to the hospital. Then when we got to the hospital, before we got out, I told him, just call my mom and tell him where I'm at. And I tell you what, like he said in Scarface, we got the yayo, though. They didn't get that, though, man.
Wow. I'm gripped like crazy right now, and there's loads of questions coming in. But is there drums going behind you somewhere or some music?
Yeah, hold on a minute. Yeah, they can hear that. So we could do something about it. Yeah. Please. Yeah.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
All right. Yeah, they can hear it.
Thank you. If you've got questions for DeHaven, put them in the chat. Also, DeHaven's Instagram, I'm putting it in the live chat right now. Support his work. And if you put any questions for him, we're going to finish the story and we'll get to the questions at the end. So, man, what did you think of the way Jay behaved in that situation?
It was nothing he could do, man. He was, I was more, good with him being okay, man. I was all right, with him. And the funny thing is, the whole time I laid up in the hospital, like I said, when it's time for him to step up, he steps up. The whole time when I was in the hospital, man, and I came home, the operation was up, all the way up.
Yeah.
It turned out to be, he showed out, but that's some of the stuff that happens in this game. You can't even trust the connect sometimes.
But stuff like that bonds you for life, man. I mean, you laid your life on the line for him there.
Yeah. I mean, that's what big brothers do, though, right? And like, I don't see no other way around it. You get what I'm saying? And that was something I always wanted, you know what I'm saying? Was a little brother. Me and him both have older brothers, but you know what I'm saying? Because we were so tight, we don't even have relationships with our brothers, our real physical brothers to this day. You know what I'm saying? Because we had spent so much time together around each other.
So how long after that did things turn sour with him?
Things started to turn sour when I started going to jail. I had to go to jail a few times. And this one particular time, I was locked up for a parole violation. And this is odd because, I've been locked up before where Jay used to come and see me, periodically and make sure I was all the way good. So this one time, fast forward a few years later, I'm doing this parole violation, and at the same time I'm doing this parole violation, I got a $50,000 a week pipeline that's still open. You know what I'm saying? So while I'm laying up and waiting for him to come and see me, so we can have conversations, even if if I needed him to do anything. You know what I'm saying? So a few weeks started to go by, and and then come to find out I never get to see him. I do a few months, I ride out my parole, and then when I come home, and I'm talking to another friend of mine, and he tells me that him and Jay is in conflict now. Right? This is my right-hand man, and this is my little brother right here, right? So I'm like, how does that work? I'm like, it's in conflict. He said, so what's the conflict? Conflict is he see Jay with the connect. You know what I'm saying? See Jay with my connection. And right then and there, he establishes that this is not right. Like, why would you be talking to his connect if you ain't talk to him? You know what I mean? So my right-hand man he's really street with it. He's really played by the rules. He played by the rules, old school rules. Like, if you steal from me, who knows what you do? You know what I'm saying? So they came into a conflict where, it was some gunshots involved. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, oh, wait a minute, huh? He says, yo, this is what I had to do. But, trust and believe if he's doing this behind your back, you know what I'm saying? Who knows what he'd do? And I'm like, this is like one of the toughest places a person could be, in the middle of their friends. You know what I mean? So I'm telling my friend, like, listen, let's chill. Let me talk to him. Let me see what's going on, this and that. And my friend is like, yo, this is not how it go. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? But on a behalf, that's how we use that term. On behalf of me, my friend gave me that courtesy to let that thing go, to let it go. Because once gunfire is involved, then somebody not supposed to be around after this. But so when I go to talk to Jay don't want to talk. That's what it seemed like. He don't want to talk. That was the number one thing that went left. Like, he never had a conversation about why that happened or whatever that happened, but he spoke about it on music. He spoke about it on music, about, how he felt about it, but that was all wrong, And he said something to the fact that, like, I had someone try to kill him. Like, what? If I sit here and give you the history of what I've done from him all this time, like, why would I, it doesn't make sense. You know what I'm saying? And I just felt like he just wanted to use that as an excuse to this day. You know what I'm saying? Because just putting that out there that I would even think about having that done, it's just doesn't make sense. But the fact of the matter, you call me a snitch, you tell me I'm caving on record, and you put my life on. Like, you put my life on the line. Like, we've been going back and forth for 20 years. And I'm sure we're going to get into detail after detail. Like, a lot of people don't know that we've been doing this for 20-something years on music. I've been doing it online, and he been answering everything on music. It's just people just not listening to it. Like, yo, he's really telling the story. So things went sour from there, and it never got back right. But you know what I mean? That don't negate the fact of everything I've done for him. You get what I'm saying? For instance, like, what would my mom have to do with it? If you saw Marcy Maid, you would understand how I feel, a lot more how I feel. Because you got to understand that he left home as a teenager and left and lived with my family. When we moved to Trenton, that was my family. We moved to Maryland, that's my family. Like, I've carried him around with me everywhere I went. So for that situation, for that one situation that he never got to the bottom of, he never asked about, he didn't